structure of the UN was based on the outcome of the World War II. Today, one of the UN Security Council permanent members is waging a ruthless war while obstructing any constructive solutions put forward. It is in light of these new geopolitical realities that we need a strong and effective UN system capable of responding to today's global challenges, from security threats and climate change to rapid evolution of new technologies. Otherwise, we risk sliding into a world that is more fragmented, more dangerous, and far less predictable. Czechia welcomes the UN 80 initiative and the commitments in the Pact for Future. Yet these ambitions stand in stark contrast with today's reality. In the light of Russian aggression against Ukraine, the UN Security Council is currently failing its purpose and mission. Therefore, we advocate for a comprehensive reform of the UN Security Council for greater effectiveness, inclusiveness, transparency, and accountability, with the aim to honor the principles of the UN Charter and to strengthen the voice of underrepresented regions. Freedom and human rights are not granted entitlements. They are hard-won principles that must be cherished and protected. Security Council membership should not be seen as a matter of prestige or privilege, but above all, a responsibility to defend global peace. That's why Czechia is seeking a non-permanent seat on the UN Security Council for the term 2032-33, with a clear commitment to uphold the rules-based international order. We cannot afford to have the UN paralyzed or blocked in its ability to respond to crises and challenges. Current urgent crises are already consuming too much of our attention and resources at the expense of other major, equally pressing issues. Madam President, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned in the beginning of my speech, the UN significantly improved the quality of life of billions, including through access to education, healthcare, and services. In this year's Sustainable Development Report, Czechia ranked 10th out of 167 countries. I am fortunate to be a citizen of a country which by global standards offers a secure and comfortable life. This doesn't mean that there are no challenges. Much work still lies ahead if we are to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals 2030, both at home and globally. After all, most of the challenges we are facing are global. No single nation is powerful enough to succeed alone. That is why we need more dialogue. That is why we need greater cooperation and collective action. And ultimately, that is why multilateralism must not only survive, it must thrive. Not only for us, but most importantly, for future generations. Thank you.